Hello, I'm ibxtoycat, and so I recently received an email that said, I'm Jacob, a video editor typically involved around the gaming industry here on YouTube. I wanted to reach out to you today to talk about potentially stepping up your channel quality. When it comes to Minecraft videos, you do a lot of videos for kids. They have short attention spans and require constant positive energy just to keep them engaged. I've noticed many spots in videos where improvements could be made with my editing skills and in return would be able to get you more viewer watch times and more audience engagement. So I'll be honest, this rubbed me a little bit the wrong way at first. First of all, there's the thing of well, you know, you could really make improvements in a lot of places, step up that channel quality, man, and also the implication that you make videos for kids, right? That's not correct. They're not my focus demographic or my large demographic. And also oh yeah, all kids need constant positive energy. But I figured rather than, getting hung up on that sort of stuff, I would, take it at face value, maybe I just read that wrong. And what I would do is I would give him a video to edit and see how that went. Except instead of making it any video, why not make it this particular video? As my good friend Jack Sucks at Life's proven, having strangers edit videos can only go well. So today, the editor who thinks that my channel needs some quality stepping up is going to be editing a video, but that video is the one about how he's going to be stepping up the quality, which means I'm over here trying to make the best video, except no, I'm not. So because this is the endless debate over what's more important, content or editing? Is it the way you present the stuff, or is it the stuff itself? I figured, why not just do the most low effort rundown, I'm just going to be lazy for the next hour or so, and then we're going to have Jacob edit it together, and we're going to see what you think about the end result. So yeah, get ready for the most boring YouTube video. So let's get ready for what is going to be the greatest YouTube video, and by greatest I mean it's just going to be easy for me because I've learned about a bunch of things that I've never wanted to do on YouTube, thinking is that a good idea? Probably not, but we're doing them all today, starting with a new trend I learned about recently, which is drinking water. There are whole channels dedicated just to drinking water, and immediately I hear that and think that's kind of dumb. Then I think actually that'd be a cool YouTube gig, oh yeah, what do? You upload videos where you drink water. So I've got the water review of Highland Spring. It's from the Scottish something hills. And for some reason, this water's just all around the UK, I see it all the time. So we're going to be giving it a good review, just drinking the whole water bottle. That's a bad start. So the first real sip is actually pretty good. It's crisp, it's refreshing, it's water. That second sip's really good. It's also water. Oh, okay, so this is unexpected, but those next few mouthfuls, they also tasted like water. You can really taste the calcium, the chloride, the hagnesium. Is that a Scottish version of magnesium? Oh no, that's just magnesium. I mean, hagnesium sounds like a fun haggis mashup. Oh, that mouthful there was also really good. Get this, it tasted like water. That was a really refreshing mouthful. It was very much water, you could say. So, Highland Spring, I'm gonna give that the most average, dull rating out of 10. What is that, a 7 out of 10? I couldn't be bothered to say anything about it, so 7 out of 10. Would drink it again if I was thirsty, and it was nearby. That was actually too much water, I think. A note for you, Mr. Editor. This blue should be green screenable quite easily. I think Minecraft might have frozen. Well, that's a good start. I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I am super curious about how any of this turns out. This is just the Toycat lazy hour that turns into a video later. Will it be good? What if editing is more important than content? What if I can just drink water every day and that's going to be my new job? Who knows for sure? All I know is the next thing I'm going to be doing is even more exciting than this. So there's another type of channel that I've always been slightly jealous of, because there are entire channels that exist to non-stop mining Bedrock inside Minecraft. You might think oh, you mean mining down to Bedrock, going down to Bedrock like we're doing right now. Oh, that sounds like it could be a lot of fun. I'd love to see how those channels go. No, what I mean is there are channels dedicated to mining Bedrock. And by that, I mean to say they sit there and they mine the Bedrock and then time passes. This is the highest quality internet Minecraft content I think you're ever gonna see. So yeah, what we do is we sit here and we mine the Bedrock for a long amount of time, and it's content, damn it. And then the editing makes up for the fact that I'm just sitting here dull-facedly looking at Bedrock. So the weather's pretty good today, actually. It's 12 degrees here in the UK. It's pretty warm, given that it's winter. It tends to be a lot more mild in the spring months. I really like April for temperature because it's never warm and it's never cold, and you can just go outside and not worry about anything. You know how nice it is not to care about temperature? It's kind of the dream, right? In the same way that you kind of want to have too much money and never have to worry about money again. It'd be nice to have so much temperature you never have to worry about temperature again. I think it sounds like I'm trying to kill myself with temperature here. So the progress on the Bedrock breaking is that we are currently somewhere between 0 and 100% complete. Who knows for sure? It's interesting because all these little Bedrock fragments come off it. Like, you see them all just kind of pouring off there. I mean, you'd figure that'd be doing some damage to the block. Like, there's only so many fingers I can lose until I'll die as a person. I guess not just your fingers. There's only so many times you can stab me before I die. And I feel like that time is somewhere like between 1 and, you know, like 50. I feel like when this many chips go loose from a piece of bedrock, there should be some structural damage, is all I'm saying. I've always admired Bedrock. It's such a nice grey block. You might think, like, how many shades of grey are there? And your answer of that is either like 1 or 50, depending on which concerning novellas you've read. But the interesting thing about that is that, like, grey actually has a lot of different colours. You know how one just assumes there's white, there's black, there's nothing in between? The beauty of grey is it exists in between. It's something no one ever wants, but it's a necessity sometimes, because black and white are both kind of awful. But you know what isn't awful? Grey. Grey is solidly acceptable, and Bedrock is the only block in Minecraft that's the constant, at least in survival. You can't mine it, you can't get rid of it. It exists, it does the necessary job of keeping you from falling through the floor. And I think we need to appreciate Bedrock more. We need to have more positive words to say about Bedrock, because if it weren't for Bedrock, then I'm not sure many of us would be here today. Do you ever wonder why it's called Bedrock? Like, I get that it's a rock, but is it really that much of a bed? Like, I've slept in many beds, and most of them weren't made of stone, especially not the hardest stone in Minecraft. Is it a bed because it lays on the surface of the world, maybe? Huh. Maybe it's called Bedrock because we need it. You know, beds are things we need. You ever tried living without a bed? Sleeping on the floor is hard. Actually, wait, story time with Toycat. I once slept on glass. I don't know quite how it happened, but I woke up and I was on quite a bit of broken glass. I was in a corner of a room too, and I thought to myself, like, this is the most unpleasant sleeping situation. Like, you know how everyone always brags about how bad their life was? I slept on broken glass once, and I had some pretty good sleep, actually. So, fun fact. All you need in life is a corner and some broken glass. If you have anything better than a corner and broken glass, then you can't come at me, because you have a better life than I did that night.